Welcome to According to Low Elo, guys. My name is Dean.
And I'm Tyler.
And we got some big news today. ASOL's, what is it fucking called? It's not an ASU.
CGU?
Oh, it's CG. Yeah, you're right. CGU.
Comprehensive Gameplay Update. I almost left out play.
So, big changes to the Dragon. Pretty excited to go over this. They teased this a while ago, so we haven't. Skin Spotlights put out like just a video of his abilities, no descriptions, and then later on they came with like a rundown of all his abilities. So we're gonna react to the video. We're gonna go over them. We're gonna compare him to his old shit, and it's gonna be fun. But before we get that, I wanted to just shout out, as I always have been doing, the YouTube channel. We put up a new gameplay. I'm playing Shyvana. Tyler's playing Gragas top lane. It's a fucking great game. It's a nail biter, to be honest. There's throws back and forth. We ended up having a lot of fun, and I say it in the video, but I give you props because you don't play top lane normally.
No.
And yeah, you fucking killed it. So head over to the YouTube, according to Low Elo, and subscribe. Check out the videos. Give us some love. Give us some feedback. Let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. Really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right. So next, wanted to hop over to episode 117, the problem with Yumi.
Yeah.
We had Kizdem Rim wrote in and said, my problem with Yumi as a Nautilus player is that Yumi is a poker enchanter, which are usually countered by hard engage, but you can't hard engage on Yumi since she is untargetable. It's that simple for me. Right? Yeah. The fact that she's untargetable.
100%. Yeah, I agree 100%. That's always been the most frustrating thing. One of the things to note is if you're really good, you can land that hook while she's jumping. If she's jumping to somebody, or you land some sort of CC as she's jumping, that actually sets her on cooldown for like 5 seconds or something like that, where she's just completely vulnerable. May not help you one way or the other, but it's something to note at least.
I think I mentioned it in this episode, and maybe it's just too extreme. I feel like if the person she's sitting on is CC'd, she should be knocked off.
Oh, yeah.
That might be too extreme, but it's just kind of bullshit. Yeah.
It could just be dependent on what the CC is. Like I think, like if it's a knockback or a knock-up, she should fly off. If it's just
any
a stun,
hard CC, if it's a snare, I think that's fine, like a Lux Q or a Morgana binding. But if it's like a knock-up, a full-on snare. What's the snare?
Snare and a root is the same thing.
Okay, so same thing. But like I'm like trying to think of like a Sejuani.
There's a full-on stun.
Like you can't move because some abilities you can like auto attack still,
right?
Or cast abilities. That's fine.
I would not even worry about suppressions either.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just the whole thing is her being attached makes her completely invulnerable except for turret damage, and it's fucking ridiculous.
So thank you guys, and as always, right into the YouTube, we'll answer them, we'll react to them, and we love the engagement.
Absolutely.
And then one more thing before we get to the ASOL over here on our Discord. On our suggestions of the skins, Azap, why don't you read what Azap said here?
Azap had a late entry. He said, "A Christmas Carol Nocturne. Looks like Charles Dickens' Ebenezer Scrooge in the nightgown and all. Maybe incorporate the ghost of Christmas past, present, future into his recall and other animations." That'd be pretty. That would actually
be pretty sick. That'd be pretty sick, especially okay. All 3 levels of his ult are the 3 ghosts, right?
Right.
So he starts the game very grumpy and like hating Christmas, and then by the time he's level 16, he just loves Christmas. And like he learns to appreciate everything and like
right.
Yeah. No, that's a great idea. That's a very unique idea. Thank you, Azap. All right, this is what everyone's here for though. ASOL. So we haven't watched this, so we're gonna watch this together. Yep. You can see it. You know what? I'm gonna do this really quick. So we can both see this.
So we can all see it, yep.
Yep. Okay, so let me put a little bit of sound on. Here we go. Never watched
Skin
this.
Spotlights, by the way.
Right, shout out. All right, passive. What?
Okay. Drops a fat comet.
That's got to be...
It's got to be comet.
It's got to be linked to one of his other abilities. Okay, we saw this one. He breathes fire.
Okay.
I like that.
And it circles around you, okay.
W, kind of like his old flying, but you can do a backflip.
Is that a dodge? It looks like a dodge to me.
E, black hole. Okay,
Mm.
with a slow. Okay, CC.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty straightforward. All right, give me this ulti. It looks exactly like his passive.
Right. I'm a little
Wait,
confused here.
what the?
Oh. You just get vision of everything?
That did like damage. Oh man, I should have kept our faces on. I had a really like weird. I had a fucking very surprised look. That was fucking wild.
That was cool.
Wait, hold
That was
on.
cool.
Let me see this one more time. It looks like it damages. Let me put this in slow mo. Hold on. Cause like, so
Look at that. Look at that passive. Wow.
I don't know what that means. So it knocks the shit, and it watch. I think Udyr takes damage. He took. It
Yeah, look like he
affected
took
him.
a hit. Yeah.
What the fuck? All right. Do we have any guesses before we actually look at the real stuff?
We know his ulti and his passive are clearly like the same. I'm just kidding.
Link somehow.
Actually, I'm curious what they call the E because you already have Event Horizon from Veigar, which is a black hole. Is another word for black hole. So I'm curious what they're gonna call that. I don't know. A guess. I don't have a guess. I don't have a good guess.
I like the W just because like it looks like he can change directions immediately. Because the old one used to be his E, I think, where he could fly.
Yes, it was E. Yeah.
So they changed that. So it looks like because if you didn't fly in a straight line, you would just stop. Like the ability would be canceled or whatever.
Yeah,
so this is
it was
interesting.
called Comet of Legend, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I love the breathing fire is good. I like that.
No, that's good.
I think that's a toggle. As long as you have mana, you're able to just spit fire.
Oh, okay.
You know what the biggest thing is? Can you tell me the biggest thing you noticed so far?
He doesn't have his stars, dude.
Doesn't have a stars.
He's not star walking, bro.
So my boy can now sit in a bush and not know anybody can know he doesn't know he's there.
Yeah, that was a really weird fucking
Mechanic.
yeah. Remember Bjergsen couldn't see him in a bush, and then everyone got all mad that Bjergsen couldn't see him and
It was a
was
bug.
blaming him. It was a really bad bug.
Actually, I think it was they just saw the stars. He was like in mid lane, and then the stars were just
Or
somewhere
something
in a
like
bush.
that.
It was a really
Yeah.
gross bug, but
It's kind of like the echo bug sometimes when he shows up and you see his fucking his ulti passive, the zoom all of a sudden across the screen. You're like, what the fuck was that?
I'm actually stupid. The names of the abilities are listed under the video. So
Oh, are they?
passive is called Cosmic Creator. If you look over here on the right side.
Oh shit. Oh.
So Cosmic Creator. Q is Breath of Light. W is Astral Flight. Singularity is the name of the E. Okay. And then Falling Star is ulti. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. All right, so everything we need to know. First of all, okay, well, I'll keep that to the end. I think one of the coolest things though is like his like, I guess I'll just say character, like how he looks, his lore, his voice, everything is like pretty much
Very good.
perfect.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's great. Even I remember way back when it must have been like 2015, 16, whenever he came out, the teaser video. Like, I like when they show in videos. Obviously, they can't do it in like game, but he's like massive. He's like showing. He's like holding a star. Like he's huge.
Right.
And like obviously you can't do that in game, but like Malphite's like a mountain, but he's like the same size as like Darius. Like,
But Aesol always felt bigger than everybody else, though.
I like that. I can appreciate that, especially again in like cinematic videos or whatever. So
Right.
all right, let's do it. So this list here shows us what his past abilities were and then what they're getting changed to.
Yes.
Why don't you start
Yes.
off with the passive here?
So the passive in the past was called Center of the Universe, and that's what gave him the stars that did damage when he hit an enemy. The new passive is called Cosmic Creator, and Aurelion Soul's damaging abilities break down enemies into stacks of stardust, which permanently improves each of his abilities. Okay. So it sounds kind of like shards from Syndra.
Yeah, exactly what I was gonna say. Okay. Interesting.
And these don't have numbers or any specifics attached. They haven't given us those yet, so unless it might be on PBE, they might have put some of that out. But this is just the basic overview of what his abilities do and what
Yeah,
they are.
do the Q. I will go on to look see if there are numbers.
Yeah, check the law wiki. It's probably on there.
Yep.
Okay, the old Q was called Star Surge. And Aurelion's Soul creates an expanding disc which explodes to stun enemies and damage them when it moves too far away from him. So that was the little pizza disc that got bigger and bigger. And if he
Spirit
was
Bomb.
smart, he
Bomb.
uses W, and you could increase how far it could go and stuff like that. Or you would EQ. Now it's called Breath of Light, and this is similar to what his ulti used to look like. I think his ulti was called Voice of Light.
Mm-hmm.
Now it says, excuse me, Aurelion's soul channels his dragon breath for a few seconds, damaging the first enemy hit and splashing reduced damage onto nearby enemies. Each second the breath is channeled directly at an enemy will deal bonus damage, which is improved by the amount of stardust that has been collected. This ability collects stardust if the target is a champion. So you saw in the video, as was it Darius that was being hit or whatever? As he's being hit, it had like 5 little points that would pop up pretty quickly. So I would assume those are little 5 pieces of a second, and that's how you can tell it's doing more damage. Kind of similar to Vel'Koz's ult, where you see the 3 stacks kind of popping up for the true damage.
Interesting.
Any
I
luck
haven't.
on
No, they don't have any numbers yet, unfortunately. But when we get to the patch next week, we can just really quickly run through those. All right. So W, the Celestial Expansion, now it's called Astral Flight. Previously, Aurelion Soul pushes his stars farther out, increasing their damage and speed. I remember when he was first released, this was a toggle, so he could have it like infinitely. And then they changed it to it's like 3 passes, I think. That's it. Kind of annoying. I know a lot of people did not like that. But now, Aurelion Soul flies over terrain in a target direction. While in this state, he can cast other abilities. Breath of Light no longer has a cooldown or maximum channel duration and deals increased damage while flying. Astral Flight remaining cooldown is reduced whenever an enemy champion dies after being recently damaged by Aurelion Soul. Stardust increases Astral Flight's max range. Wow, see, I wish there were numbers. I want to know how fucking far he can fly.
Right.
Right. And also I didn't mention the Q because I thought it was a toggle. The Q would have been a toggle, but it seems like that has a duration, the fire breath.
Yes.
So okay. Damn, so you can just do drive-bys and you're gonna be doing even more damage. Breath of Light no longer. So it doesn't have a cooldown.
Right.
Or maximum channel duration. Okay, so that's if you're flying, it's unlimited. It says no longer maximum channel duration.
Okay.
Interesting. So it seems like he's still going to be a heavily roaming champion.
So is he a jungler now?
I mean, to be fair, any champion can jungle now, but I want to know. I wish there were numbers. I want to know how fast he moves. I want to know how far he moves. I want to know that. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna just check Spider Axe. So keep going.
Yeah. See if there's anything. I'll move on to the E. All right, his old E was Comet of Legend. Now it's called Singularity. Aurelion Soul takes off flight for a long distance. That is now what his W it is. And then his new E, Aurelion Soul summons a black hole, damaging enemies and slowly pulling them towards its center. This ability grants Stardust each time an enemy dies within the black hole. Side note, it says enemy, not champion. So we're talking about minions here. An enemy each time enemy dies within and for each second an enemy champion is caught inside it. Okay, so it's both. The center of the black hole executes enemies who are below a certain percentage of their max health. Stardust increases Singularity's size as well as the execution threshold. Did we say there's a max amount of Stardust? I don't think it mentioned that. Like it caps. So
I didn't see it. Just says that I'd assume so because it says that permanently improves each of his abilities, but it could be infinitely stacking like Nasus.
Bro, imagine that Singularity is the size of a fucking lane. Like, that's interesting. I like that. I mean, it just seems like they're kind of gearing him towards like a late game champion. Like,
sort of. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I like this. Okay. Stardust increases Singularity size as well as the execution threshold. That sounds dangerous. It's got to be a low percentage. There's no way it's like 15%.
Yeah, I
It's
can't.
probably
No, it's gotta be less than that.
but it seems like you can farm pretty well with that. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. That is, you cue the backline and hit the E, and it kind of just kills all those caster minions, and then you have some good wave control there.
It kind of reminds me of like an Anivia ult, just like a circle that's
Yeah.
just. Did Spider Axe anything on Spider Axe?
No, there's nothing.
Damn. Okay.
I thought I saw something, but there's nothing. That's all right. All right, we got the ulti.
Yep.
The old one was Voice of Light, and that was Aurelion Soul projects a blast of pure starfire, damaging and slowing all enemies caught in it, and knocking nearby enemies back to a safer distance. Safer for who? That's what I thought. The new one's called Falling Star. So there's a couple parts to this. So first part is Falling Star. Aurelion Soul crashes a star into the earth. This, first off, Runeterra is not on Earth. I don't know where they got this idea from.
I think Earth is just ground.
I know.
Okay.
I'm just fucking around. Aurelion Soul crashes a star into the earth. This impact deals magic damage and stuns enemies while also granting Stardust for each enemy champion it hits. Okay, so like a Ziggs ulti. Gathering enough Stardust transforms Aurelion Soul's next falling star into the Sky's Descend. The Skies Descend. Aurelion Soul drags a giant star down from the heavens with an increased impact zone and increased damage, knocking up enemies rather than stunning them. A shockwave then spread from the edge of the impact zone, which damages and slows the enemies it hits. Stardust increases the impact area of both Falling Star and the Skies Descend.
So he can. So can he cast this twice?
That's what I'm getting at, or that's what I'm understanding, but
Or is it just enough Stardust, like, if I collect whatever that threshold is to change it to the second one? Is that like, oh, the first one just, you don't ever use that? Or just kind of like, yeah, I guess you could compare it to like Syndra, or like where your ability gets upgraded and it's just permanent
Right.
that? Huh. What, is he on PBE? I could just literally
he's
load
supposed
this
to
up.
be. This says CGU has been added to the PBE, but it's uncertain.
I'm gonna update it right now. We can hop in there and we can look at numbers too. Read this whole blurb right under here.
Says, now, first of all, there'll be a lot more text to read, but overall, this is a very good change for the champion. He can gain stacks with his E from minions, as well as, according to Reeve on Reddit, and he can gain stacks with his E from minions as well, according to Reeve on Reddit, and the champion actually feels like a giant space dragon and Starforger.
Yeah, that's what
The
I
Aurelion
figured.
Souls community on Reddit have praised these changes. Will a soul now be OP? Probably. He's got an execute in his E, has stacking abilities, and ultimate that seems scary to go up against. Now it says, while fans have been promised they would be getting the A-Soul CGU update by the end of 2022, it has since been revealed there will be a delay and will come out in early 23. It's been added to PBE, but it's uncertain whether it's released in patch 13.1 on January 10th or whether fans will have to wait another 2 weeks until 13.2. But one thing is for certain, we'll be getting the Space Dragon in January.
So, okay, let's see. Let me go into... I'll just go into practice tool. Let's see if he's in here. I don't need that. Let's see. Where are you?
Practice tool.
What does it give me? Sure, electrocute. Okay, that sounds fine. Let's see. Well, just disregard my name, by the way.
Fart sniffer, dude? That's you? Okay. Well. We learned something new about Dean today, guys.
Mm-hmm. So,
The self-acclaimed
oh, it's not
fart
up yet.
sniffer.
Sorry.
I do want to mention, because I asked the question, the difference between an event horizon and a singularity. And the singularity is an infinitely thin ring instead of a point. The event horizon is composed of 2 instead of 1 imaginary spheres.
All right, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Thank you.
Yeah, hey, dude. I listen to him at least once a week.
So how are we feeling? I think this is a massive upgrade. I feel like he does way more fucking damage now. Like he seems more what's the word I'm thinking? Like he's definitely, when did he come out? First of all, let me Did he? It must have been 2016.
I think you're right.
Okay, yeah, 2016, March 24th, 2016. Okay, he definitely feels like. I mean, I feel like they just missed the mark when they like changed him halfway through his life because he was really OP on release. There was
He
I know
was,
he
and
was
he was very difficult to play.
I think he was permabanned. I mean, all we remember is just the who he fucking level
Yeah.
1 roam.
That's literally it. That's literally all I can remember is who he.
And I mean, what do you think? Is this? What do
It
you
seems
think?
better. This seems more like the space dragon we were promised that we've been waiting for.
Like the Ao Shin that we were promised and never got.
Fucking Ao Shin. Don't even talk about Ao Shin, dude.
We got the skin though. The whatever is it? What's the storm dragon? I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be
Yeah.
Ao Shin.
Yeah.
Good enough. I feel like again we don't know what his numbers are going to be, but like I have a feeling he's going to be like OP because they've mentioned they like when a change or a new champion yada yada comes out, they prefer to have them a little more OP and then they could just slowly tune them down.
It's easier for people to pick up and play a champion if it's OP. If it's not, people just don't even look at it, and that's I think why they do that.
Just oh man, he must this E. The singularity, I'm gonna guess, has a really big cooldown. If it can just like, if you can get to Stardust,
like 20 seconds, 25 seconds.
Yeah. See, it's like I want to know how much mana costs are. Am I gonna build like Rod of Ages on him? You know, am I gonna want to build like less tanky, more bursty? Probably. I don't know. That fucking video. Let me go back to that really quick. The video with the Udyr taking damage was wild.
It was.
I want to know more about that. Like, so it's like if you're team fighting and someone's trying to run away, like, where is it? Here we go. So like, hold on. Let me just look at the passive because where is it? So where's the Stardust on the passive? I know. I'm trying to like.
You can't really.
This
tell.
was a poor video for that. I see. Is it that?
No, that's what tells you that it's doing more damage, I think.
So there's, unless they haven't added the visual to show he's getting Stardust.
That could be it too.
Huh. Okay. That's wild. I imagine it's going to be so fucking, it can get so big.
Oh, yeah.
And then like, okay, so this one, let's see. So that's the level, whatever, the first ulti. And this is the upgraded one. So is this, that's not his E that's circling it, right?
No, that's L.
That looks different. Okay.
That's
it just,
E, yeah.
It looks very similar because there's like a circle and it's kind of confusing. See, like, I don't know. I guess it's different, but I guess it just shows like, it's kind of like the Pantheon, like,
right.
So that's the second one. And oh man, that's so fucking crazy how far that goes.
It was everywhere, dude. You drop that shit mid lane and they're not going to be able to fucking retreat. Like,
so yeah, it's like you're winning a team fight. And you drop that on one motherfucker, and then the whole team is just running, and they can't. I don't know if it slows it because it obviously the Udyr isn't like running.
I think it said it slows.
Let's see.
It said
so it knocks up Shockwave. Okay, which yeah, you're right. So it does slow. Okay, damn.
Hopefully it doesn't slow by too much. That'd be actually broken.
So I'm saying he looks way too fucking insane.
But yeah,
I don't know.
Sounds pretty good.
I'll be down to play him. You can play him support. I bet you'll figure out a fucking way to play him support.
Maybe. Maybe.
I think that's about it. Pretty short, but you know, I was looking forward to this because this champion has needed some love, and
really badly. Like he had the York treatment of basically being unplayable, and that sucks. You know what I mean? So I'm glad they did this for him to help him out.
So guys, let us know what you think. Write in the comments, write on Anchor, on Spotify, everywhere. Join our Discord. The link, everything you need to know is in the link tree. Hit that up. Let us know how you're feeling on ASOL. We're possibly doing a few episodes. I think this is going to come out on Monday just because we have the patch. We'll have a champ review, and we're thinking of maybe doing a 4th episode. So you guys are going to be eating good next week with content.
Yeah.
So And then, I'll try to be streaming as often as I can, so you can hop into Discord and you'll get notified when the stream is happening. But yeah, guys, we got some exciting stuff coming up. So happy to be sharing with you. So
yeah, welcome to 2023, guys.
yeah, baby. So we will see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to like the video and sub to the channel if you haven't already. Click right here to see the previous episode of the According to Low Elo podcast. Click right here to see the most recent gameplay video. Thanks again.